Back when I had a little.
Hi, this is Frank Purcell, your host of FlipThisMind.com, where you turn your knowledge into cash. This is the platform used by small business owners, entrepreneurs, even entrepreneur seekers to showcase your products and your services, and you can see how you can increase your customers in the next month, get more customers in the next month than you currently do all year. Well, today I want to cover a question I'm often asked, and I was looking at my email box last night and I got this question. They asked, what was my tagline? What did it mean, my tagline of you change your perspective, you change your life? What does it mean? And more importantly, I want to cover how that changes your life. But let me give you a little background about myself, for those of you who don't know me. This is my first day with my new tongue, so I've been slipping up a lot, so please bear with me today. I was born a little skinny kid from Washington, D.C., Southeast Washington, D.C. We weren't very wealthy. My father, he worked 2 jobs, worked at Safeway. He's been working there for over 50 years. He also worked at parked cars, so he worked 2 jobs. My mother, she worked 2 jobs. She worked at DC Department of Recreation, so I grew up a rec kid, and she worked for what she affectionately called Aches and Pains, A&P. So my parents, they worked 2 jobs collectively to save up their money, so by no means were we ever wealthy. We're working collectively. Eventually we moved out to Fort Washington, Maryland in my latter years, but because I was skinny, I always had an inferiority complex. That carried over into my latter years. I always had in my mind and in my heart that I always wanted to teach and I always wanted to coach. But the inferiority, or I guess my low self-esteem that I had because I was skinny, eventually went, and I guess it grew because in my latter years, what I ended up having, I have now a PhD from FHS. And for those of you who don't know, that's a public high school diploma from Friendly High School. So I've been told people aren't apt to listening to me because I don't have the degree, I don't have the certificates, so why would people listen to me? A friend of mine once told me, Frank, you have passion, you have desire, you have drive, that's all it takes. It changed my life forever. Well, I've started reading books. The books that I started reading was one, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Chad Helmslatter. I started taking courses by Robert Kiyosaki. I got the course by Anthony Robbins, and that began to develop me, and I started to change my perspective. So what does it mean you change your perspective, you change your life? Well, if you take your finger, look up at the ceiling. If you look up at the ceiling, just imagine a clock. Imagine that clock and imagine 12-3-6-9. 12-3-6-9. Imagine that, and you take your finger and you move your fingers in a clockwise motion. 12-3-6-9, 12-3-6-9, 12-3-6-9. And as you're doing that, what I want you to do is you keep your head up, slowly bring your fingers down. At this point, there is no way that I can possibly tell you that your fingers is moving in a counterclockwise motion, because you know in your heart of hearts that your hand is moving in a clockwise motion. Well, continue to bring your fingers down. As you continue to slowly bring your hand down, continually move your hand in the same motion that you have been moving it, but now bring it down to your heart. Continue to move your fingers. Now what I want you to do is take your head and move it down and look at your fingers while you're continuously moving. Now, which way are your fingers moving? Your fingers are now moving from 12-9-6-3. What changed? Nothing changed in your life with your hand, just like nothing changes in your life. The only thing that changes is your perspective. Your perspective, your hand was moving in a clockwise motion. When you brought your finger here and your hand here, now your hand is moving in a counterclockwise motion. Your hand is still moving in the same direction. The only thing that changes is your perspective. Like in my case, I had to change my perspective of what it meant to educate myself and learn. Even though I took all of these courses and I educated myself, my esteem was still low. So therefore, the perspective of myself, I had to change in order to give you what I'm giving you now. And I hope you feel this heartfelt desire coming through to you, because I want to make sure that you get everything that you need that I'm gonna pour out my heart. I changed my perspective about myself from being an introvert and being a person who had a low self-esteem, that now I can give to you and deliver, because even though I don't have that degree, my perspective, that degree doesn't matter. The only thing that matters, my perspective, is the desire and the heart that I have. That's the only thing that matters. So you may have something in your life that you need to change your perspective about, whether it be in your business, of how you look at it. In the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, it goes on, based on your perspective and your perception is going to determine your emotion that you feel. Based on your emotion is going to determine the actions that you take. So when you change your perspective, you change your actions. You change your perspective, you change your life. So if this has helped you, what I want you to do is, one, I want you to go to flipthismind.com, and I want you to enter your name, your email address, and your address, because I have a free report that I want to give to you. I don't want to email it to you. I want you to have it in your hand, because there's something about holding it in your hand and seeing it, so you can grow your business. I want to show you how you can double your income, the amount of customers that you have now. I want to show you how you can increase the amount of customers you have in 1 month than you did all of last year. So enter your name, your email address, and your address so we can rush this out to you on our dime as quickly as possible. If this has been a blessing to you, send this video to someone else who needs to change their perspective in their life, in their business, so they can change the actions that they have, so they can have a different result in their life. Once again, this is Frank Purcell, your host of flipthismind.com. Remember, you change your perspective, you change your life. You change your perspective, you change your life. You change your perspective, you change your life.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.